hunter's day starts early. By the time you get to bed after a good meal, midnight comes, and before the crack of dawn, you're up and at 'em, heading back into the wild ground. Before the sun is really up, you get back towards your blind. The animals of Africa, some are nocturnal, but for the most part, you're herbivores, start moving at daylight. Oh, yeah. That's one of those big balls, too. There was already game at the water hole as we arrived, and Angus and I would now ensconce ourselves in our little hideaway. The presence of Angus's big .375 H&H Magnum rifle is by law mandatory when hunting dangerous game. We get settled in, and once again the spirit of the wild arises each morning with the sun, and with the sunrise comes the buffalo rise. The adrenaline one feels upon arrival of these massive Cape buffalo is like nothing you'll ever experience unless you can actually go there. It appeared I was going to get a broadside close shot. The animals milled around, the sky darkened, and as they were leaving, a big bull exposed himself. It was a 40-plus yard shot. Whew. I can hardly stand to watch that sequence. That's very exasperating for a hunter. You'll remember this phrase, too far back. It is the nemesis of the bow hunter. I made a bad shot. I hit the Cape buffalo slightly too far back for a quarter away into the vitals, and now we had the most challenging, exciting, and demanding chore to be found on the African continent. We had to track a wounded Cape buffalo. Safety off.
I was ready to shoot, but I never shoot another guy's animal.
That sounds like a charge.
Unless it's a life-threatening situation.
That felt like a life-threatening situation. I thought sure it was a charge happening. I don't know why I drew my bow back. That wouldn't have stopped anything.
He got left behind, Tim. The oxpecker got left behind when he bolted. And now they're upset, they lost, they're not with their host anymore.
I smell it.
I could smell it back there. I said to you, I smell it. He's a hurting son of a gun. That's him who jumped and kicked
Yes, blood.
In the road.
Is that a blood or leaf?
No,
red leaf?
It's urine.
Yeah.
You've cut right?
There.
Oh yeah, there's a drop. It looks as though you've cut right through the small intestine, and the way he was breathing, you might have got the bottom of one lung.
Yeah.
I'd suggest we give him time.
I suggest we call in an airstrike. There's been 1 million Cape buffalo shot and killed, many of which have been wounded for various reasons, mostly because of the folklore that inspires hunters to come unglued, and poor shots are made, or and for a great degree, because the conditions around a Cape buffalo hunt are exasperating. Angles, thickness. And though we've got critics of bow and arrow hunting who would say that it's inadequate, we certainly know that there have been a multitude for many, many years, since Howard Hill and Fred Bear, and before that, Negley, many people have killed Cape buffalo. I've done it cleanly with a single arrow, if you get the right shot. But what we have here is the adrenaline pumping maneuver to challenge any adrenaline pumping maneuver.
You're quite right. He's one of the most dangerous animals that there is, the buffalo. He's mean, and when his adrenaline gets pumping, when he's wounded and he starts getting upset, sometimes you need heavy artillery to bring him down.
Yeah, I've seen that happen. And they're renowned for literally seeking revenge. They will lead you on their trail. They will backtrack like a predator.
Yeah, I've had them a couple of times appear out of nowhere.
This one did.
I've shot them off the hip before.
Yeah.
They don't give you a chance. But this one, this is a mean son of a gun. This was very nearly a charge just now. We got to give him a couple of minutes and let him go and bed down again, and then we carry on. But it's certainly something that gets your blood pumping, boy.
I think so.
Gets your backside clapping.
Well, we've got, look at this. We've got blood, but it's gut blood.
Yeah.
Diluted blood. There's blood on the leaves here. We've got him losing fluids from both sides, it appears. Maybe not. It could have just been when he spun. But I thought for sure that was a charge happening.
Yeah, so did I.
Why I came to full draw. Maybe it was going to be my last arrow in life. I was going to shoot into him. But on one hand, the hunter's heart is heavy because you never want to wound an animal. I felt confident at the shot this morning, but the heavy, dangerous arrow that I've been practicing with at that extended range, it was almost 40 yards, it went down and was slower on the lead than I anticipated. I'm sorry that I made a wounded shot, but it happens. Humans make mistakes. I've made one. And now all we can do is persevere and bring this animal to bay and finish him off.
Yeah.
Without us getting hurt.
Yeah. Well, I've taken 7 guys now with archery equipment for buffalo, and they've all succeeded, and rhino, and lions. And the greatest animal of the lot to hunt is this.
I think so.
Buffalo.
His nickname, and effectively so, is Black Death.
Yes.
Imbogo. The Black Death, because they are tenacious. They are just solid muscle. They can literally tip over a Land Rover.
Yeah.
And many hunters and many natives have been killed by them.
6 hours later, we were still on the track. And we didn't know whether he would come and get us or we would get him. It's a very trying, exasperating experience. We did have some blood here and there, but the tracks are signposts to find this animal. And at any moment, this beast could burst from the scrub.
That's a lot of blood for a gut shot. That's not a gut shot. You got something else. I think that's with the running arrow moving through his cutting. Yeah, that it is. I think we should this is him. We should sit for a couple of minutes. Just give him time.
He's hurt more than I thought.
Yeah.
We've enlisted the assistance of 2 of our Zulu friends. These black Africans have an uncanny 6th sense from the ground. They're just the most mystical trackers you've ever witnessed. Where Angus and I ran out of spoor, the wounded buffalo has now joined a herd. We've got a profusion of buffalo tracks here. So the Zulu trackers are attempting to pick up fresh blood and determine out of this thicket here which way the buffalo departed and if the wounded bull stayed in with the herd. Now here it is, it's already 1:45 in the afternoon. It's turned into a beautiful, calm, clear, sunny, hot day. We saw vultures circling over just to the north of us here. And we're going to examine that area as well. But now we're trying to determine out of this maze of tracks which way the big bull may have departed. But with these incredibly talented trackers, the odds are in our favor.
With only a little bit of daylight remaining, we knew things were going to have to come to a head soon. We knew we were getting close.
Hy daar so gelê en hy probeer om op te staan. Hy's baie swak. Hy's hier. Jy dink dis hy hierdie. Jonne. Hier.
Right through here. Right through here. He's there, right down the creek bed.
We had spent nearly 9 hours tracking this animal with the incredible talent of our African trackers. And now the moment of truth was coming because the light was fading, the day was nearly gone. And this is wild Africa, where the prides of lions that were in this area would certainly have devoured our trophy animal. And though we like to share the bounty of the harvest with the other predators, I wanted this majestic beast as my own trophy. I charged the last half mile on foot, and as I approached what I thought was a finished buffalo, he had other plans. He got up to charge, and I instinctively resorted to my training with a handgun, and I used a 10mm semi-automatic with custom-made armor-piercing 180-grain solid projectiles. And these bullets hit him hard in the neck and finished this majestic animal off. It was our duty to bring this to a conclusion.